In the digital world we live in, every electronic device is not only a way to communicate, but also a place to keep secrets. From smartphones to tablets, every device is a digital safe. Private conversations, pictures that have never been shared publicly, and personal profiles on social media sites. The decisions we make every day about what to share and what to keep private not only show our personal views, but also our deepest values. What if I told you that every secret has an unexpected power? That privacy, if carefully protected, can be the key to improving the quality of life, making people more resilient, and helping them become more independent? The answer lies in Stoic philosophy. In this article, we'll look at 10 Stoic principles that can change your life. These aren't just simple lessons. They're deep discoveries that help you better understand the power of privacy and how it can help change your life in today's digital world. Are you ready to learn these things with us? Come with us as we look into the big effects of protecting personal information. By valuing privacy, we protect ourselves from harm and keep our honor. Let's explore the teachings of the Stoics to build resilience and self-reliance. With each lesson, we'll strengthen our inner fortress and create a place of peace and quiet in the midst of life's chaos. Are you ready to accept these lessons and discover the transformative power of privacy with me? Let's protect our personal space as a holy place of strength and peace as we work toward empowerment. Rule number 1, don't brag about how much you've improved. Epictetus once said that people are troubled not by events but by their own judgments about those events. This is what periodic examination of relationships is all about. It's a delicate art that requires honesty and courage to look into what's going on in each person's soul. By reviewing and reassessing our relationships on a regular basis, we not only find strengths to build on, but also weaknesses that need to be fixed. Focus on deeds instead of just words to make things better in a relationship. Deeds show that you are committed and show that you have improved yourself. Are you and your partner really getting better? Or are you just talking about it? Epictetus told us to focus on what we can control. In a friendship, each person needs to know that they are responsible for their own growth. What does this mean for you? What have you been doing to improve this relationship? Perseverance and hard work without bragging are what humility is all about. Stoicism teaches us that real success doesn't need other people's approval to be real. Ultimately, we inspire those around us not through empty words, but through real actions. When you live and act according to the values you hold dear, you not only improve yourself, but also strengthen your relationship. By regularly examining and reassessing our relationships from the point of view of Stoicism, we not only realize the value of self-improvement but also make stronger bonds with those around us. Remember that relationships aren't a place for an even exchange. They're a place for mutual growth and development. We live in a world where everyone wants to say what they think. When we choose to listen instead of talking all the time, we improve our ability to understand and relate to others. This is not only an art, but also a sign of deep respect for the speaker. By listening, we show the other person that their thoughts and feelings matter to us, which strengthens and deepens the relationship in terms of communication. When you listen sincerely, you not only learn from what others say, but also from how they say it and what they leave out. In doing so, you gain a better understanding of the world around you and become better at observing it. Marcus Aurelius, ruler of the Roman Empire and known as both a leader and a Stoic philosopher, is a good example of this. When he thought about national issues, he often took the time to listen to his advisors and the people in his empire. Marcus Aurelius didn't jump to conclusions or make orders. Instead, he carefully listened to the concerns and petitions of those around him. For example, when there was a food crisis, he set up meetings where people could directly talk about their problems. By doing this, Marcus Aurelius understood how bad the situation was and why the people's suggestions weren't practical. As a result, his decisions weren't just based on theory or speculation, but also on a deep understanding of the people's real-life situations, which helped to build trust and respect between the emperor and the people. Marcus Aurelius showed that leaders can make smarter, more effective, and more humane choices by listening to their followers. How much time have you spent listening to someone without thinking about what you're going to say next? Tell us in the comments what you think. Not only can hearing help you learn what the world has to teach you, but it can also help you teach the world what you know and have thought about. We are the ones who decide our fate, make up our personalities, and watch over our deepest thoughts. Instead of criticizing yourself, learn to use silence as a shield to protect your self-esteem and grow the resilient seeds that are already inside you. Third, don't say bad things about yourself. Imagine you are an architect building the magnificent structure of your life, and every time you say something bad about yourself, you're taking away valuable bricks from the foundation of that structure. This idea is central to the Stoic principle. Don't say bad things about yourself. Stoic theory, which is based on daily self-improvement, puts a lot of emphasis on loving yourself. Seneca, a philosopher, once said that we suffer more in our minds than in real life. This means that negative thoughts about ourselves not only lower self-esteem, but also get in the way of personal growth. When we talk badly about ourselves, we are not only betraying our abilities and potential, but also making a toxic mental environment for ourselves. To follow this philosophy, we need to pay attention to our internal dialogue, and instead of making fun of or harshly criticizing ourselves when we fail or face challenges, we should remind ourselves of our abilities and potential. Tell yourself, "I did my best, and this will teach me something." A growth-oriented and positive attitude not only helps us feel better about ourselves, but it also makes us stronger when things go wrong. In line with Stoic ideals, words have a lot of power, so let's use them to build instead of destroy. This will not only make us better, but it will also have a good effect on those around us. 4. Don't complain. One of the main ideas behind Stoic philosophy is that complaining, even if it seems harmless, is bad for our mental health and the mental health of those around us. When we focus on the bad all the time, we create a downward spiral of negativity that is hard to escape. Complaining not only hurts our mental health, but it can also hurt our relationships by making them toxic and blocking out meaningful connections. On the other hand, keeping a positive attitude builds a strong base for personal growth and resilience. Having a positive attitude helps us handle problems with ease. Using problems as chances to learn and grow, Epicurus, a Stoic thinker, said that what counts is not what happens to you but how you deal with it. This quote shows how powerful our attitude is and how it shapes our world. By focusing on the good things in life, we give ourselves the strength and dignity to deal with problems, and by not complaining, we will enjoy many benefits. One clear benefit is better mental health. When we don't think about what's wrong, we naturally think more about what's right, which makes us happier and more satisfied. Not complaining also helps relationships. Positive people who can deal with problems with a smile are more appealing to others. Would you rather spend time with someone who makes you feel good, or someone who makes you feel bad? Cutting down on complaints can be hard at first, but it can be done with practice. One helpful tip is to practice daily gratitude. By focusing on the good things in our lives, we shift our attention from what we don't have to what we do have. Another tip is to limit the amount of time you spend complaining. Give yourself a short time to vent your anger before moving on. How often do you complain about small things? What could you focus on instead that would make you happy or calm? By choosing not to complain, we follow the Stoic way of life and make our lives more positive, resilient, and important in our search for peace and wisdom. Stoic philosophy tells us to control our wants and needs and live a simple life. But one of the hardest things to do is resist the urge to eat too much. Don't let these short-term wants control your life. Keep things in check to find freedom from within and focus on the things that give your life real value. Number 5. Don't be a glutton. When we overdo things we enjoy, like eating, entertainment, or anything else we can easily lose, bad things happen. Clarity and self-control get in the way of personal progress, which is bad for our health and makes it hard to focus on more important life goals. But moderation shouldn't be taken too far. Too much restriction can make people stiff and devoid of joy, which can even lead to feelings of emptiness. So, it's best to seek pleasure and personal responsibility in moderation. The global principles of moderation depend on people being self-aware and understanding their own habits and cravings. Moderation helps people stay comfortable in life and avoid getting lost in the maze of desires. For example, someone who wants to improve their health might decide to use moderation in their diet instead of following a strict diet with many rules. Instead, they choose a more flexible approach and start by thinking about their favorite dishes and how to make them healthier by using natural, fresh ingredients and less oil and sugar. At the same time, they learn how to control their portions so that each meal has just the right amount of calories for the body to work without too many. Over time, they not only feel lighter and healthy, but they also enjoy eating their favorite foods again. They don't feel pushed or forced to keep up their healthy eating habits because of this balance. Another important part of Stoicism is balance. It's also the key to a life of freedom and me. Having. By practicing moderation and self-control, we can not only make our lives better, but we can also build a strong foundation for personal growth. Remember the value of moderation every day. It helps us avoid unhealthy extremes and leads us to true freedom and a deeply meaningful life. Sixth, don't focus too much on the future. Imagine you're enjoying a wonderful dinner with friends and your mood changes when your phone buzzes with a work email. You start to worry about a meeting next week or an upcoming project deadline. The happy sounds around you fade as your thoughts turn to worries about the future. This situation clearly shows how focusing too much on the future can make us miss the beauty of the present. When we focus too much on the future, we miss out on the joy and experiences that are right now. For example, a student may become so worried about upcoming exams that they can't enjoy time with friends or do hobbies that make them happy. They don't get enough sleep and are tired all the time, which is bad for their mental and physical health. This makes them less successful in school and less close to the people around them, which makes it harder for them to find happiness and comfort in life. Also, worrying too much about the future can make your life full of worries and made-up fears. Something Seneca, another famous Stoic philosopher, said that we suffer more in our minds than in real life. He said that when we think about uncertain future events, we cause ourselves unnecessary suffering in the present. Instead, Stoic philosophy teaches us to plan for the future in a sensible way without becoming obsessed with it. Take the example of someone who is saving for retirement. It's smart to think about the future, but if that person is so focused on the future that they forget to enjoy the present, they will miss out on life. The Stoic way would be to find a balance between saving and enjoying the present, knowing that tomorrow is never a promise. Any ideas or experiences about how to enjoy the moment more and not worry too much about the future? Please share them in the comment section below. We look forward to hearing from you. Seventh number. Have you ever woken up and felt like something wasn't right? Have you ever noticed that you were stuck in a cycle of dissatisfaction? We forget the value of the smallest things. But if you're a Stoic, practicing gratitude isn't just a spiritual exercise. It's also the best way to keep your inner peace. In Stoicism, gratitude isn't just about being happy with what you have. It's a conscious act of recognizing and appreciating the value of every moment and everything around us. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great philosophers and emperors of Rome, once said, "Very little is needed to make a happy life. It is all within yourself." He pushes us to find joy within ourselves by developing a grateful spirit, no matter what the situation is. Being thankful not only makes us happier with our lives, but it also has huge mental health benefits. Studies have shown that people who practice gratitude regularly are less lonely and depressed and have better physical and mental health. On the other hand, not being thankful can make you feel like you're always lacking something and never satisfied. It can trap you in a mental loop where every success or good thing happens is overshadowed by endless goals and comparisons with others. Ask yourself, do you really respect what you already have? If not, maybe it's time to change your mindset and start seeing life through the lens of gratitude. By doing this every day, we can have the power to make our lives better and inspire those around us. Leave a comment. If you've learned this lesson for yourself, practice thanks every day. We meet a lot of people and things that make us happy. While some people cause scars that are hard to heal, holding on to grudges is like carrying a heavy, painful stone in your heart. I learned that forgiving others isn't a sign of weakness. It's a way to free yourself. When I let go of my anger, I feel free and calm, ready to take on the tasks that lie ahead. Imagine walking across a large field and stumbling upon a stone. Would you carry that stone with you for the rest of your journey, or would you carefully pick it up, look it over, and then put it back where it belongs? In Stoic philosophy, forgiving someone is the same as leaving the stone where it belongs. Leaving resentment behind not only frees you from its weight, but also lets you continue on your path with ease and peace. This practice not only calms your mind, but it also helps you develop an open spirit that is ready to receive and positively interact with the world around you. It helps us see that each step is not a battle with the outside world, but a deep inner journey where we choose what no longer serves us and let it go. Our lives' resentment is like a big bag that we carry around with us all day, even when our feet are tired. Marcus Aurelius, one of the great Stoic philosophers, wrote in his book Meditations that, "What does not hurt the city does not hurt the citizen either." This powerful message tells us that holding grudges is not only pointless, but it also hurts us. Since everyone makes mistakes, forgiving others is also a practice in understanding and compassion. These times help us think more deeply about ourselves and the values we hold dear. Have you ever thought about how holding on to grudges has affected your life? Think about and share the lessons you've learned from the times you chose to let go. Avoid comparing yourself to others. Comparing ourselves to others can be an invisible trap that makes us feel insecure and unhappy. Conversely, the Stoic philosophy says that comparing oneself to others makes one feel less valuable, which leads to bad feelings, enviousness, and sadness. Titus the Epicurean once told us that the only way to be happy is to stop worrying about things that we can't change. He also told us to stop focusing on what we don't have and instead enjoy and be in charge of our own lives. Avoiding comparisons doesn't mean not trying to get better. It means setting personal goals based on each person's own values. As an example, the story of Marcus Aurelius is often held up as a great example of how to live by the Stoic theory during his reign. Rome faced many problems from outside the country, but Marcus never got caught up in power or money. Instead, he focused on his duties as a leader for his people. He made decisions based on the Stoic philosophy of patience, self-control, and kindness, even though he was very successful and had a lot of money. Marcus Aurelius was humble and focused on a bigger goal, happiness and peace for the Roman people. This made him a symbol of humanity and humility, driven not by power, but by duty and devotion. We should ask ourselves, am I living up to other people's standards or my own? This question makes us think about how to get rid of the pressures of comparison and set our own standards of life based on our own goals and values. Every day working on personal growth is the best way to become a real Stoic and help ourselves become the best versions of ourselves. Don't let other people's standards or demands tell you what you're worth. Getting rid of the habit of comparing things is a mental liberation that helps you move forward on the path of living by the Stoic philosophy of freedom and steadfastness with oneself. Number 10. Daily reflection. There is no doubt that daily reflection is an important part of Stoic thought. Not only does it help us think about our choices and actions again, but it also makes us more aware of ourselves and the world around us. Every day, when we take the time to reflect, we open the door to understanding and self-awareness. We can ask ourselves questions about life and personal growth, like how to grow and become stronger. By doing this, we can identify and evaluate our goals, values, and dreams. For example, the practice of daily reflection can help us better understand our personal goals and how the choices we make each day affect them. By doing this, we can see more clearly the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead, which helps us change our path with more confidence and awareness. You may learn that if you work too much, you miss out on important times with family and friends. Based on this, you can change your schedule and priorities to better balance your work and personal life. Marcus Aurelius, a famous Stoic philosopher, once said, "First thing in the morning today I shall meet people who are meddling, ungrateful, aggressive, treacherous, malicious, unsocial. All of this has happened to them because they don't know what good and evil are." This quote tells us to use every day to learn more about ourselves and the world around us. Daily reflection helps us live in the present more fully and gets our minds ready for the challenges and opportunities that lie ahead. If everyone took a moment to think about their lives, the world might be a better place. There might be fewer people living shallow, fixed lives, and more people living with mindfulness, appreciation, and clear goals. In this video, we talked about the things we should keep to ourselves in order to become the best versions of ourselves. These include avoiding self-criticism, focusing on the present moment, and appreciating everything. Each principle is important for building a meaningful and happy life, but understanding isn't enough. Let's put what we've learned into practice in our daily lives. Remember that real change starts from within. Did you enjoy what we showed you? Let us know what you thought by leaving a yes or no in the comments below. If you found this video helpful, please like, comment, and share it to get the philosophy of Stoicism to more people. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel to make sure you don't miss future videos on this subject or the other interesting videos shown at the end of this one. Thanks for watching, and see you next time. Do your best to be a real Stoic in your daily life.